My name is Maria Labruto, and my son's name is Camilo Posada, and he is almost 4 years old. My son was born on December 6th, and they had to perform his hearing test. And what we learned was that he had failed it 2 times. When we first heard that Camilo had hearing loss and that it was severe, we were pretty heartbroken. We've never experienced, hearing loss around us, and this was a first for us and a whole new journey that we really didn't know much about, but we were determined to, figure out what the best path forward was for him.
We meet parents and families at a time in their life that can be really stressful, and oftentimes that is right after they've had the diagnosis of a profound sensory hearing loss. And for more than 90% of parents, their deaf child is actually the first deaf person they've ever met.
We had a sense of urgency when we learned that Camilo had hearing loss. We found it to be very important to us to kind of move as quickly as possible because we wanted to find out if he qualified for cochlear implants, and if so, how soon could we get him implanted, so that we began this whole journey of being able to hear and acquire language.
The most important thing in children is their language development, so their ability to communicate with their surroundings using auditory feedback. So basically their ability to hear their parents' voice, their ability to express themselves and to develop spoken language. The timeline of intervening in a young newborn's life or a young child's life is really critical.
It was the only hope. It was the only hope we had at the moment.
I can't imagine life without the cochlear implants. Camilo is thriving. He can speak, he is learning new words.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
He
6.
tells short stories. He's quite the character.
This one is 7.
Well, I would say all of us who work in the area of hearing imbalance and who work in the area of cochlear implantation are constantly amazed by the impact that they provide, not only for the patients themselves, but for the families. And thankfully, the Ear Institute at the New York Eye and Ear Infirmary has had a long tradition with cochlear implants.
I remember one of the kind of early days when he was implanted. We were at Carnegie Hall and they were having a children's day where they were incorporating music for children, and Camilo and I were sitting on the floor together, and he was just kind of like wiggling to the music, and I was brought to tears because that was really like one of the first times I saw him enjoying sound.
Camilo's doing great. He understands. He talks to me a lot. He tells me a lot of stories. He really likes the drums. He likes birds. We take it for granted. For him, it's something that it was missing in his life, but now that he has it, he can enjoy the hearing life.
I think it was Helen Keller that actually originally said, blindness cuts us off from things and deafness cuts us off from people. And I think we find from cochlear implants that it actually provides that connection with people and the ability to give that back to people and actually hear from them what a tremendous impact it makes in their lives is just amazingly rewarding.
The care we received at the Ear Institute at New York Eye and Ear was phenomenal, and Dr. Cassetti is amazing. I absolutely love her. As nervous parents of our first child who has severe to profound hearing loss, and we're thinking about having, a big surgery, she was able to really put us at ease and reassure us that we were making the right decision.
I'm so grateful. It's not even in my words how grateful we are.
I'm very excited for his future and what that holds for him.